Hi and welcome back to Devon Honey and Candles. Today I'm going to be taking my wax cappings. This is my year's wax cappings, well, some of my year's wax cappings, and I'll be turning it into beeswax. It has been through a sieve. It's been sat on top of a sieve for a while, so this one's pretty light. There's probably still some honey in it, but I'm not going to squeeze it out. But this one does have, it looks like about an inch of honey on the bottom. I'll have to let the honey warm up a little bit and the wax will float to the top, and then I'll filter it out, and then I'll just have that as my honey. Just actually spotted a wax moth in here, which I'm not sure how that's got in there because this has been sealed. I did look at it slightly earlier. I've had a bit of a wax moth problem, but I froze all of my frames and wrapped them up. There are two types of wax moths. There's a greater wax moth and a lesser wax moth. Pretty sure this is a greater wax moth. They'll make larvae that will destroy your frames, destroy your wax, and they're a nightmare to get rid of. The best way to stop them is to freeze all your supers if you can and wrap them up. Well, I'm just going to deal with him or her quickly. And yeah, let's get back to this. So I'm going to put some hot water in here, and I'm going to put this in and melt it until it's nearly up to the top, and then I will put it into one of these buckets and it will be filtered with one of these filters. So now I'm just going to take this, scoop it up and drop it in this pan. There's about 2 kettles worth of hot water in here, not a huge amount. It's I think it's a 20-litre pan. Right, I need a slightly better tool for this now. This is very compact in here. I obviously pressed it down a lot. There were a couple of brood frames that exploded that had some honey in. This is the darker stuff, if you can see that. And once I fill this up, I will just let it melt down slowly. This will make some wonderful candles. I will most likely make some hand-dipped beeswax candles out of these, or some luminaires. Okay, so we'll leave it at that, put the lid on and let it melt down for a bit. Well, it's been a few hours and it's finally melted, so I'm going to sieve some of the rubbishy bits off the top, and then we'll put it through the filters. There we go. Let the sieve warm up to temperature for a bit. Quite a lot of stuff in there. You could press this down and some of the wax will come out. And now I've filtered a bit of it out, I will just pour this in. Still quite a bit in there. Leave it like that for a second. Give it a bit of a stir around for a bit. Feel it. It's about there now, that height. Now after I've filtered it this one time, when I want to use it again, I will melt it down and clarify it a bit. I'll melt it in a larger bucket of water and filter it, and it should be nice and clean then. Although it'll be reasonably clean after this. Okay, about time to lift it up and just hold it there. Give it a shake and that'll help it come out. And now I'm just going to leave it hanging over here. Now I'm going to try and squash it a bit. Get the last of that wax out. Well, I'm just going to leave this here to drain in my next bucket just for a second. And then any leftover wax, again, just get pushed down through. Well, it's the next day and I'm now going to pour out some of the manky water, and then look how much wax we got. Okay. There we go. Ugh. So that will need scraping off. Looks like a good block of wax. I'll just scrape some of this off. And once I've done that and scraped it back to the wax, I will wash it off. You can feel it gets harder as it gets down to the wax. Okay, I'll put this to one side for a sec. I'll just do this one. This was a smaller amount, I did it off camera. I'm not sure how much wax there is in this one. I also didn't cut round it, so it's stuck to the bucket a bit more. Alright, let's just knock it down like this. There we go, another little block. Needs a bit of a clean. So I'll give these a clean and then we'll just see what they look like. Looks pretty good though, the wax so far. Right then, let's see how much they weigh now they've been cleaned up a bit. This one is, let's move over a bit. This one is just over 3.5 kilos. And in total, just over 6.3 kilos. So that's a good amount of wax. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Got any questions, just drop us a comment and I'll try to answer it. Got any tips, do the same. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.